Hi everyone. Okay, I'm a shithead because I haven't been back here for like a month and a half. I'm sorry. I am okay, sort of. I am currently at 16 weeks post-op. As you noticed, I cut my hair. Basically hacked it off because this is gastric bypass related. Because I felt like I was losing my hair a little bit. I'm not sure if it's because I'm not getting enough protein in or if it's because I'm just losing weight. Either way, if it's gastric bypass related, if I'm not getting enough protein, whatever it is, my part isn't like, widening or anything, and that's what it originally did when it started thinning when I was out of high school. So I used to have really thick, pretty hair, and it's just gone to crap since I've gotten older. My weight. Actually, this is why I wanted to do a video today, because I'm actually in a pretty good mood today. I am officially down to 294.2. Like, seriously, I seriously want to scream it from the rooftops. I am so excited. I have not been under 300 pounds since I was in high school, and I think junior high school, actually. I haven't been at this weight for like 15 years. But I kind of avoided the scale from the time I was like in the 7th grade on up. So I don't really know for sure. I don't know exactly when I reached 300 pounds, but it was around high school-ish, maybe before. Not really sure. I mean, because I was always a very heavy child, as I've talked about before on here. When I actually have a very distinct and traumatizing memory of when I was in the 2nd grade and we were learning weights and measurements and all of those things. 2nd grade, 8 years old, and I weighed 109 pounds because the teacher, and I'm sure she was not meaning this, she probably didn't even think that I weighed that much. She made me get on the scale again because she thought it was wrong, which didn't help. But I was at 109 pounds when I was 8. So she was shocked, I think, so that's why I had to weigh again. And you had to write your name down, and then you had to write your weight down next to it, so everyone knew. And that was extremely mortifying and traumatizing and all of that stuff. I mean, I got over it, and I'm not mad at the teacher because obviously she just probably didn't think about it. I think people just made fun of me for the day and then it was over. So, I mean, people made fun of me my whole life, so I'm kind of used to that. That was kind of the scale. Like, I hit 100 around the time I was 8. I probably hit 200, I would say, within the next 3 years after that, I would say. Maybe I was about 11, 12, something like that. And then I hit 300 at least when I was in high school. And I know that I weighed about 300-ish, maybe more, when I graduated, and then I gained like 60 pounds my freshman year. So some people gained the freshman 15, I gained the freshman 60. Okay, I've kind of been away. I don't know if you guys remember me talking, or if you've seen the video of me talking about how I was going to go back on my Wellbutrin. Well, I did that because I have had some depression issues. I hate that I honestly just did not want to get on here and make a video when I was depressed. Sometimes I would like to do a video when I'm not so on, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not so, like, in a good mood and happy and all that stuff. Because I have been, for the past month at least, maybe before, probably since about January, I have been slowly just kind of creeping down into this depression, and I decided to start taking Wellbutrin again. I think I first started taking 150 milligrams, just 1 pill a day, just to see if that helped. Really didn't, so I started taking 2, and I do think that that's helping. I'm taking 300 milligrams. As soon as I start getting depressed, everything goes by the wayside. I don't want to do anything, and because I don't want to do it, I don't do it. Like, I don't, and which sucks because my exercising has slacked off. I have not been exercising as much, which I'm still mad at myself. My work has suffered. My interpersonal relationships have kind of suffered. My hair hacking actually was partially because I was sick of pulling out long strands of hair, but another part of it was just I was in a crazy mood, and I just picked up my hair, twisted it up, and snapped. And, nutso. I mean, not like psychotic nutso, but nutso. A little bit. So yeah, I am feeling a lot better today. I mean, it comes and goes. I do think that my depression is pretty strongly correlated with my hormones. I do notice that before my period, I get very depressed. So there's that. I haven't been on here mostly because I've been really depressed and I just haven't wanted to. I really wish that I would have felt like it so that I could have posted a video of what it was like. It was partially getting off the Wellbutrin, and another part of it was not having food as a coping mechanism. I think it was a contributor, that the reason why my depression got really bad. Even though I didn't have that, right after surgery meltdown where I was just like, oh my God, what did I do to myself? I've really never regretted having the surgery. I really do. I do think that it cannot be stressed enough that if you're going to have this surgery, to deal with those demons that need food, to deal with those monsters in your head and say to yourself, okay, when I get the surgery, I am not going to be able to turn to food like I used to. I really believe that's why people turn to alcohol and drugs and all kinds of different vices after the surgery, because it is so hard. We are so used to having that comfort. So I do really think that it is very important to go through a process where you just realize that you're going to have issues. You're going to sort of be in a mourning period, especially right after you have the surgery, about not being able to just sit down and eat a bag of chips. I just explained to somebody actually a little bit ago. I was like, do you ever have those days where it's been such a shit day that you just want to go home and drink? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, it's like that, but I want to go home and eat a pie, or I want to go home and eat a cake, or eat a bag of chips, or eat a pizza, or whatever. And then it's also the same thing as, like, have you ever had a really, really good day and you just want to go home and have a drink because you've had a really good day and you're really excited and you just want to drink because you're celebrating life in general or whatever. It's basically the same thing. I was like that with food. I was like, I've had a really awesome day. I don't know how many times I'd be driving home and everyone's like, are you emotionally eater? You only eat when you're sad. I'm like, no. I eat when I'm happy too. Like if I'm in a really exceptional mood, like if it's a beautiful day outside, it's warm, and I drive by Sonic, I'm like, I want a milkshake. It's such an amazing day. I want a milkshake. And I still to this day, like if I'm just really happy and in a good mood, I kind of want to stop in and get like an ice cream or get like a, something like that, like some kind of treat to celebrate the fact that I'm happy. And I haven't been able to do that as much. So, and it does take its toll on you. It makes you sad. It's like you don't have an outlet, I guess. You don't have that source of comfort that you're so used to. And I do think that that's really contributed to my depression. Obviously, I didn't help anything because I have really been depressed most of my life. So, and I probably am one of these people. I am realizing that I'm probably going to have to be medicated my entire life. I go in and out. I have sometimes when I'm doing really good, sometimes doing okay. And then I have episodes where all of a sudden I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go to work. Nobody wants to go to work, but I don't want to do anything. I would literally just want to sit here and stare at the wall or stare at the ceiling if I'm laying down or whatever. And I've been doing that for the last month and a half. It got really bad and my medication wasn't regulated and I hadn't been taking it long enough and it just got really, really bad. So yeah, all that. Another thing that has been going on well, it's sort of thing going on. I mean, it didn't prevent me from making videos or whatever. I already wasn't doing that. The other night, probably about 2 weeks ago now, my back on my right side, like just below my waist, started hurting a little. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I rolled over on my left side to go to sleep, and this was at like 1 o'clock, 1:15 in the morning. I'd been running around perfectly fine, and all of a sudden, I just get this intense, wrenching pain in my back as soon as I lay down to go to bed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I have no clue. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know if it's my appendix. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's something with the gastric bypass, if it's because of that. I'm freaked out. I don't know what to do. Oh, I start getting nauseous. Of course, I don't have a thing in my stomach. I haven't, so I'm dry heaving, like, insanely, and that sucks. Like, I very rarely have dry heaved in my life, and that really sucks, dry heaving. Just not being able to get anything up. I wasn't able to drink any water. I wasn't able to do anything. I kept running to the bathroom. I was peeing a little. Well, anyway, long story short, we decided to go to the ER because it could have possibly been my appendix, or it could have been some issue with gastric bypass. But it came on so suddenly, I didn't know what to do. And, Kay was telling me, well, if it's anything to do with your kidney, then, you can just drink water and lay down. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep through this pain. I really don't. Like, this is just incredibly painful. And so I went in. It turns out I had a kidney stone, but apparently the kidney stone had already passed through. I actually, when I got to the hospital, they were like, well, we need a urine sample. I had peed a little bit before that, but I could not get anything out. The nurse did a catheter, and she couldn't get any urine out either. So I was like, holy crap, what the hell? I mean, I am dry as a bone. But one of the things is to drink plenty of water. I mean, apparently if you have a kidney stone, they want you to drink like gallons and gallons and gallons of it, which I cannot do. I've talked on here before about my inability to get my water in. But I am telling you what, I am seriously working on it now because I want to make sure my kidneys stay clear. I do not pass any more kidney stones. I want it to be as smooth sailing as possible. Whatever. It was just like such a terrible experience. But and so yesterday I actually got in my water. Of course, today my second day of drinking a ton of water, and I have about peed myself to death, and I'm just basically peeing water right now. So yeah, I think that's probably enough. So I'm gonna try to come back more often. I'm very, very sorry, you guys, that I haven't been back. I know that alarms people sometimes, especially with people that have just had surgery. Thanks for watching again, and I hope everyone is having a great spring into the season. Mostly because it's freezing everywhere, but whatever. At least it's freezing here. But anyway, I hope everyone's doing good, and I will stop blabbering, and I will be here as soon as I possibly can. Anyway, see you guys later.